Here we are again in the studio.
Yes, sir.
Forget the date because I fuck it up all the time.
Word, right?
So,
like Large Professor says, later for the date, man, because this is timeless.
Yeah, we lit in the studios, France, Program V.
Yes, sir.
The infamous street star Norbes.
Yes, sir.
Infamous because, you know, he gets on everybody's case.
The notorious.
I don't get on a couple people's cases tonight.
Oh, snap.
We're going to talk about this.
We got the trail mix, we got the chicken, and we got a lot of updates to talk about.
That's right, man. So let's get it started, my brother.
Where do we want to take off first, man? There's so many things to...
Well, first of all, this weekend, we got a Survivor Series DMV Encore coming up, my brother.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about that, my man? Are you excited about that? Talk to me about it.
I look forward to it again, man. Like, the DMV gave a really good reception. The last card had 8 battles plus a surprise.
Yes, sir.
And they did fairly well with 9 battles on the card.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about this new card, man. Let's run through it real quickly and whatnot and talk about who's on it. And let's get into it. First of all, let's start from the bottom to the top, man. And Norbes, let me get your thoughts on this. Clean Paper versus Young X. 2 crowd favorites, 2 hilarious guys, 2 guys who have to make a mark on this card. Talk to me about this battle, what you expect from both guys.
Like the Survivor Series, if you really look at it, it's really about surviving. And a lot of these guys on the card are up-and-comers or guys that are kind of stuck in the middle where they got to make a statement or they're trying to propel to the next level. So you look at Clean Paper versus Young X. Young X has showed flashes of being a possible staple or star, and then there's certain times where he goes dry.
Do you feel like he's peaked?
No, I actually don't think he understands it fully yet. Like, I think Young X has his moments where he's phenomenal, and then he has his dry moments. It's almost like you got it, and then you slip out of your hands because you're not fully grasping what the fans want from you. And I think that's been his biggest issue. Like, when he starts doing the get 'em, that's what the fans want to see. A lot of times he didn't want to do it because he felt like fans felt like he couldn't rap. And I'm like, dude, who cares about that? Just
give them what they want.
Yeah, do what you do.
Do you think that just comes from a lack of just not being out there enough? And then, like, sometimes when you get a chance to fall back, it's like you really just don't know what they actually want from you.
Honestly, I think it's basically guys listening to too many comments. If you sit there and read comments all day,
You go crazy.
You go crazy. And you'll start throwing yourself out the loop.
Do you remember any funny comments you read about yourself?
A lot.
Did they ever get to you?
Nah. Like, I kind of sit there and, like, as long as they're commenting about you and stuff like that, kind of just like, you're watching me, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I never really took any of the stuff to heart because I don't even know these guys. But to go back to the matchup, even Clean Paper, like, you have all the tools to become a superstar or be a superstar. You're probably the most underachieved battle rapper in the world. Clean has every skill set. He can write. He's believable. He understands how to entertain. He's a funny character. But why hasn't he become the next Tay-Rock or let's even New Jersey Twerk? Why hasn't he? And I think a lot of it has to do with not performing when he has to perform, when he's had the moment to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's something you got to question, and that's why he's on Survivor Series. Not to knock him, but it's the truth.
You might get upset at this comment, but I feel like sometimes you guys put Clean as the test for some people that you guys want to see higher potential for. Like, when I seen Clean in Twerk, that's Twerk's one of his breakout performances. So later on, he continued to grow. And then, even though Clean and Reed didn't happen, you still want to Reed to get more stepping stones out
absolutely.
there. Yeah.
But even, like, maybe with Clean versus Twerk, absolutely, it's a challenge for Twerk. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that Clean shouldn't perform at the highest levels and defeat him.
Right.
To me, Twerk kind of easily beat him, and he kind of separated himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it made him look insane. But if Clean would have put up a better fight or even did what he was supposed to do,
it would have been a good look for him.
Yeah, because most people had Twerk losing that battle.
Yeah, coming into it, yeah. I had him losing that battle coming into it.
Yeah, and a lot of people did, and I told people Twerk's gonna 30 him. Yeah. And people were like, nah, you're bugging. I'm like, bro, like, there's a difference, and I don't believe in Clean anymore, like, in a sense.
It's hard to. It's hard to still feel reliable when he hits the stage.
I believe he's talented immensely, but do I believe he has that same drive? No. I don't believe so.
Yeah, the dedication wears down over the years, and when you prove yourself to come up short, several times, it's hard for people to gain trust in you like that.
It's like in sports when you draft that point guard or you draft that, and you're expecting him to in year 2 to take over the team, and he's still, dragging along amongst the bottom of the point guards in the league. You lose faith, and then you start going in. But do I think Clean can bounce back? He has the talent, but do I believe his desire? No, I don't. I don't believe in his desire.
Now, this next match is kind of interesting to me, man. We have the Saga versus B Magic. First of all, where did that matchup come from?
I have no clue. I thought B Magic retired after.
First, I want to say I'm disappointed Saga didn't battle Emerson Kennedy. That was a great style matchup.
That would have been crazy.
I think it's happening in L.A. though.
That'll be a good one.
It should. Absolutely should.
To be honest, I sat there and I was like, with the B Magic situations, like, again, a guy that went from, the original PG class, went to a certain level of respect, and then I don't know what he did, and he hasn't been the same.
He's past prime. He's fallen off a bit, but he's given us those moments.
Yeah, he has, but when was the last moment you could say, like, yo, B Magic was B Magic? I can't even recall.
He was pretty dope versus Solomon. That was a pretty dope performance.
That was a good performance.
That was a very good performance.
But after that, you had, when he got to the big boy stage, he just didn't perform well. He backed out of a battle with Av.
Yeah, at the time when he backed out, it was really like,
and
Young Ill also backed out, so there was a whole St. Louis
terrible
situation.
Timing.
Terrible timing for the back out.
St. Louis.
It almost looked as if he was scared.
That's what I was going to say. It almost looked as if he was scared.
Because, we had the whole conversation about him, we'll fly you out next week. Or remember, Beasley, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
We'll do a one-off.
Thursday, Friday.
And, he spit his first round, which was a big mistake because he's not a guy that has a lot of energy. And when people seen it, it was like, yeah, you were going to get smoked. Mm-hmm. And I think it really hurt his confidence. And even when I seen him against Av at the
volume one.
Volumes, yeah.
That hurt to watch, to be honest.
His material wasn't that. If he would have been able to,
he didn't have it. When I sat there, I looked at I don't remember who I was talking to, and I was like, he doesn't know his material. He must have just read most of it.
I heard from everybody said that they was looking at him. He was still practicing his rhyme.
Yeah, like he didn't know it, but like the stuff that he was actually, whatever he was getting out, like was good content. He just didn't know it. He just couldn't land it. And I'm like, damn, Magic, like your mind is still functioning to where you can come up with the bars, but there's a disconnect between you coming up, and maybe he's getting it back now.
He used to have a confidence in the swagger. He needs to because,
brother lost some weight. Look like he might be getting healthier, getting his mind right or something.
He lost a lot of weight. Something going on out there in St. Louis. Everybody on some vegan shit.
Everybody on some vegan shit. Getting skinny out there, man. Getting fit.
Vegan magic.
Vegan magic. Like, he had everything depends on his first round against the Saga.
Yeah.
So this is a dangerous match with the Saga because Magic could now just go crazy. But if Magic falters again, you're looking at probably never seeing him back. To be honest, because
honestly,
who's gonna want to pay what he's asking, or who's gonna want to see him? I think the fans want to see him do well, and the fact that he hasn't done well, and when the lights is on him, it's kind of disheartening. So the Saga definitely needs to make sure he's on his A game, regardless of Magic, because Magic has the ability to do it.
He's done it before. He's done it before.
He's in the same boat as Clean, in a sense. Yeah. He might be a little lower because people just sitting there like, man, they've been disappointed with Magic.
I think Magic knows that his back is up against the wall, man. And he better come out swinging because, like you said, this might be his last chance to really leave his mark on there before people start just forgetting about
I'll be honest. I was surprised when I seen the booking. When I heard, I was like, we booked him. I said, I was really surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was, after the Av.
Do you feel the style matchup helps the Saga in a sense? Like, because even if he gets like a good B Magic, he's battling a pure puncher where like the Saga is a little different.
Saga's going to come with different angles. He's going to punch, but he's going to definitely come up with different things. The Saga's got to understand he's got to have some haymakers because if Magic is on, he's on. When he's not, he's not. So this could be a really good battle or it can be a really lopsided battle, you know?
I'm definitely interested in seeing that one, man. Now, moving on to the next matchup, my brother. Going up on the list, we've got Bourne versus Joe. Tell me what you think about that battle, France.
Before I get into it briefly, me and Norbes spoke about it off air.
Okay.
There's a little disagreement.
I wasn't privy to this, so I can't wait to hear what this sounds like.
I have Bourne steamrolling Joe, personally. How? He's just a better writer, puncher. He's seen much better competition. Yeah, he hasn't been on Euro in a long time.
Okay.
I'll give you that. So
name all his big matchups.
He's battled JC. He's battled QP.
Where did he battle JC at?
I understand it. I understand they're not on URL. I get that.
Name all his big matchups.
Joe Naj, right?
But lyrically, he has seen people that are good. Him and Danger Zone. So what I'm saying is lyrically, look, as far as the stage, it's not as big as Joe's stage, obviously, because Joe last couple battles been on URL.
Right.
But lyrically, he's seen tougher competition. And this is Newborn's first attempt back to URL in how many years? And he was
remember
he was on one of his
last battles.
URL.
Did he choke in all of them?
Smoked by Young Kannon.
And the one also.
He had a big chance versus Calico. Smoked by Calico. Smoked by Skull.
I remember.
Yeah.
So let me repeat what I just said. Was smoked by Skull. Where do you put Skull in your top?
Airplane mode.
I don't put him in my top anything. No disrespect.
Where would you put him?
Yeah.
I don't put him in my top anything. But don't you think because of that, there's a fire in him? We're like, yo, this is finally my chance because, like, even if I had good battles against good MCs in other places, I'm back to where it matters, where people want to see me. Like, he was one of the first guys on the third URL card ever.
But has he ever proven himself on that stage?
He has more to prove.
I mean, besides the Super Rider battle. Like, have you ever seen a performance that's come across where you're like,
on URL, he has not proven himself.
And why is that? That's the question. I think everything is.
That's another thing that boils down to, I think, the confidence thing. Because when I watch him perform he
has a bigger chip
stages,
on his shoulder than Joe.
Yeah, but sometimes.
You don't think Joe has one? Joe was supposed to battle Chilla, and Chilla ducked him a couple of times. You don't think that he feels away? Listen, Joe is dangerous. He's a fan favorite. People really want to see more of Joe. He's super dope. I'm not taking everything you said about Newborn is absolutely true in terms of his talent. But it seems when the pressure's on, he dwindles. He becomes
I agree with you.
4'6" to 4'1".
I can agree because one of his last biggest matches against B Magic,
his biggest
he choked against that match.
I think his biggest flaw is himself. You know what I'm saying? His attitude, and that's why I feel like Newborn feels like he belongs with Lux and everybody. And that's his biggest flaw.
Somebody said a long time ago to Newborn, I can't remember if it was Clean or not, or QP. Somebody said this to Newborn. He said, "You're basically conceited without the star power and the performance, lyrically."
Conceited is likable. Newborn is not.
Well, yeah, they just said like
that's
on the lyric.
That's that shit that you're talking about. Also, it's like when I seen this with a lot of guys. Like you got the guy who could be a lyrical miracle and can outright so many other MCs. And then it just comes a guy who just breezes on the track, doesn't say too much, gets all the accolades, gets the sales, gets this and that. And then the writer goes, well, damn, I'm such a much better writer than him. No one's paying me attention. And they just become bitter.
It's kind of like Drake.
It's like, dude, you can't get mad at it, man.
A lot of people say these guys are writing from. But there's a reason why Drake's spitting the song instead of the guy, because he has a dynamic.
He got the bounce, he got the swag to it.
And not to take none of it away from Newborn. Newborn is immensely talented. But again,
when the pressure's on.
9 years. It's 9 years and multiple opportunities, and you lost the Skull. I will repeat, you lost the Skull, clearly.
And that was supposed to be a grudge match.
On the flip side, for Joe to advocate for him, his last battle with Franchise, he got the opportunity to battle somebody that was more aggressive and perform more.
Well.
So I feel like Joe had a little bit of a learning lesson where he's like, okay, now I can take performance and I know what these guys like. And even though Newborn has more battle experience, Joe's gonna have more experience on this stage.
My biggest concern with Joe is, does he really want to battle Newborn? It's not an easy task to get up to battle Newborn. Like,
That's a good question.
Kind of you go from potentially battling Chilla Jones, and now all of a sudden you're battling Newborn, and of course Newborn's gonna take this as an insult, but it's not. It takes a lot to get up for Newborn. What exactly are you? If he wins clearly, what does he gain? What does he gain?
Newborn?
No.
Oh, Joe.
Joe, not much.
So it's a situation. Is he going to get up? So he has to fight.
Why were these two pitted against one another?
I actually put it together. I love the matchup.
Talk to me about it.
I believe Joe is a phenomenal puncher, and I think Newborn's a phenomenal puncher. So originally it was supposed to be Newborn versus Jack Boy. I hated the battle.
That's not a good match.
So
that's not a good match.
I don't want to see
that.
Good call on that one, man.
Let's switch it to Joe versus Newborn. It's a better battle. We could probably bring the best out of Newborn in that situation, the best out of Joe, because you can get blown out the butt. If Newborn is on, he has the ability to really be dangerous.
That's the thing. Newborn can really level up from this battle.
Question from both of you: who's a better rapper?
I think you'd have to say Newborn.
The thing is,
he raps more.
Yeah,
I can't say that.
You don't think Newborn just pure rapping skills? I mean, rapper, not just battle rapper, just rapping skills.
MCing.
If you're gonna say that, then you would have to give an example of him rapping where you're like, wow, he did something great. I've never seen something where I was like, wow, Newborn is going in. He's been a great puncher. I think his best performance to me was Super Rider, and I thought that was a classic battle. But that's probably the best I've seen him rap. So I can't really say. It's like saying who's a better dunker, but you haven't seen both of them dunk yet. You know what I mean? Like, who's really rapping? You know, I think Newborn has more experience than Joe, but he also has that fear that's always going to be in him of choking and getting smoked because he has faced it. And when you get smoked, and all of a sudden, I've seen Newborn. When Newborn starts to smile. I kid you not. Watch all his battles. He's gonna choke and he's getting smoked.
Damn.
And I've always noticed that about.
I want to come back.
Now I'm sitting there watching for that. Man.
I want to come back to the card, but just one last thing about Newborn, and you can attest to this for on a historical standpoint. A lot of Bronx battle rappers. I'm from the Bronx. Like they just don't meet their expectations, their potential, and think back to blue collar television when you see Newborn in that in those areas where there's killers there, you know, there's really aggressive guys. There's
I actually met Newborn with DNA at the same time. I was doing.
You had the Joe Lights in there. You had the Fox Fives in there.
Those guys were animals.
Those guys were. They weren't even nice lyrically. They were just ready to stab you as they rap. And I seen you in the background there watching Newborn. You went to support Cortez. Don't you think he has that factor in him that he's been in tough situations, even though he find a way to get through it?
He hasn't got through it. That's the problem. And I think that he wears a chip that it's not even a chip of a competitive chip. He wears a chip in a sense where it's like, I should be here. I should be talked about like they talk about Lux. And he's seen so many people surpass him that it really eats at his soul. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he may never admit that, but he that's how he feels. I know Newborn. So many people, and he was supposed to battle B Magic. He turned it down.
He ended up battling him and choked.
Eventually, but he was supposed to battle him in the PG back then. He passed up so many opportunities that I know it kills him. You know what I mean?
Damn. Well, Newborn, this is your opportunity for you to earn some stripes.
I agree.
Get back up in the eyes of the fans, and for you to deliver a good ass performance, man. Ultimately, it's up to you, my brother, to bring it home, because ain't nobody else could deliver them bars. So it's all up to you, man. Come through with 3 fire rounds, don't choke, and leave your stamp on this game, man.
What's next, bro?
Next battle, my dude, we have Jack Boy Maine versus None. Talk to me about that battle.
This could be either really good or really bad.
Jack Boy cannot lose.
I'm sorry, Jack Boy can't lose.
He can't lose.
He can't lose.
And definitely not to a white dude. No racial thing or nothing like that. But after the ass whoopings he's been tucking, he can't lose to None. To me, man.
Regardless who you put in that seat, he can't lose anymore. Because when he first came out, right? You can see it all over the comments, the culture, all over the internet. Yeah. People were saying, wow, he's a breath of fresh air. He's not just your regular name flip puncher, setup.
He was entertaining.
He was entertaining, and he had a different style of writing.
Great presence.
And great presence. But it just seems like he has not elevated yet and just not met that right style matchup, that performance to take it to the next level. But the potential is still there.
No, Jack Boy is dope.
He's really
the potential is through the roof. Yeah. Once the bars match everything else,
he battled Jerry West. He battled Jerry West at home, and it didn't seem explosive at
all.
Is it because the New Jersey twerk factor joining underneath twerk? Like people, sometimes when you do things like that, people look at you differently. You went from a captain status to a role player in a sense. That could play into the sense. An opportunity. You talked a lot against Young Kannon, and most people have you losing 3-zip.
Yeah, I felt like when they came out, I felt like Twerk and Jack Boy were neck and neck with attention. It's like Twerk got attention for the battles, And Jack Boy, he was getting attention for his battles too, but he was doing so many extracurricular things that it's like you couldn't keep your eyes off of them. So both of them had attention going on. And then as Twerk's battles just got better and he just had legendary moment after moment, and Jack Boy's moments weren't living up, people are like, dog, it's a lot of hype over here, and your man's delivering. So I'm gonna check for your man over here. You know what I mean?
And that's what Jack Boy he really needs this opportunity, and it sucks because he probably wanted a bigger opponent or whatever. He got none, and it's not a lot of people checking for none, to be honest. But none is talented. You can't take that away. But if he's to lose to None in Richmond, it
in
will
his
be
hometown,
very detrimental for him.
Yeah. I will say this. A lot of fans always talk about.
I don't think it can be debatable. I don't think it can be.
He needs to win clear.
He has to whoop ass.
He has
to have a great performance.
He needs to kill.
He got to bring them fangs out.
Look, John said in an interview,
just win one.
Just win one. Just win one.
What was that with Henny Man, right?
Yeah. He said just win one match and we'll talk.
And we'll talk. And that's crazy.
So he has to have that fire at least to say
he can't lose at home at all, man. He has to have a fire
he has to have
performance.
One of those performances people like, okay,
a breakthrough performance.
Yeah, he does.
Because everything is lined up for you. It's like the competition isn't through the roof. I mean, to get on the stage, you have to be good, no matter what.
I think None is going to pose a problem for him. But None is also an opponent that he should be able to beat. I've seen him going back and forth about certain personal stuff. That can work or it can't work. It may work against you.
If people care, it works. If they don't care, obsolete, man.
So I don't know. That's one of the matchups again that it could be what happened with X Factor and Jerry West, or it could just be something really bad.
You know what's intriguing to me about the card a little bit? How I guess the first Survivor Series, you put a lot of people kind of like coming up for that spot.
Yeah.
But this one has a mixture of like new guys and old guys that like kind of falling off. That they're good, but we want to see them get back to the mix of things.
And Jack's been on some big ass stages, man, in some big situations. So he's got to bring all of that to that stage and bring it to None because it's like the fans are waiting on it, man. Like the fans are waiting on it. Everything's lined up for him, man. All he got to do is come through with a fire performance, man. That's it.
You just
no excuses.
Listen, Ryder and Twerk are elevated. We need to see you. We need to see you there.
Right?
I think Ryder kind of dropped the ball the last battle. I don't think he had the performance he should have. He had Cortez. You had to go. You had to leave the planet.
To be fair, a lot of people didn't because of the conditions.
Listen, do you think people care about the conditions?
No. Yeah, I'm not giving it a pass, but I mean, like a lot of people that night kind of had they should have did better.
I hear you, but T-Top can get away with that. Twerk can get away with that.
They can't.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You're right.
Hey, Geechee performed. He did what he needed to do. So then there's no excuse. If Geechee could do it, you could do it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You can't keep making excuses.
Jerry did it.
Do it.
True.
Yeah, Jerry did it.
You know what I mean?
You gotta, bro. Like you've been asking for these matchups.
Yeah.
When you ask for these matchups and you don't deliver,
that's a problem.
That's bad.
That's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem.
And I think a lot of these guys do that a lot. They ask for things and they don't deliver.
Who's next on the card, man?
Next up, man, we have got Big Kannon versus Holmesy the God.
Big matchup. Holmesy's a super underdog.
Yeah, he is, honestly. Like when Holmesy battled Craig Lamar, I didn't think he was going to be Craig Lamar, to be honest, and he did. So
I love Holmesy.
That surprised me.
I think Holmesy's potential is through the roof. He can write really well. He can perform. He's very witty. It's all about him. But this is clearly his biggest challenge.
Absolutely.
I think he feels like he had a letdown performance against Craig, even though I still
beat
think
him.
he won.
Yeah.
But I know he thinks he could do better. Now, he had problems with Craig. Craig has a great cadence. He's not really super lyrical, but now
a little unorthodox.
Exactly. Now you're meeting somebody that has a great cadence and is lyrical and can freestyle. So
and it's seen some of the best of the best.
It's going to be, and he has a real chip on his shoulder because he's making his comeback. He wants to be on Gnome, which is Big Kannon. He wants to be Son Madison. He's never.
He was on the second Gnome.
I'm not gonna lie.
He feels like he's never had the real opportunity. So he's coming to kill.
He's done a couple little dudes dirty.
That's what I'm saying.
In the past.
When
he's buried a couple of dudes.
When I think of Big Kannon, when he's facing I guess the stars.
Right, but when he's facing a dude who he feels disrespected by, he buries these guys, man. So it might get ugly for Holmesy, man. Honestly, because I'm not gonna lie, his last performance, I mean, he didn't do bad.
He won,
but it was nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't take anything away from it saying I desperately want to see Holmesy again. So he really got to come with it. And with Big Kannon, because the way I've known Big Kannon to when he feels disrespected to really go in like that, and him just being way more well-rounded and this being his opportunity and him stinking up to join his past couple of battles, he's really coming in trying to whoop ass, man.
And he really has a thing against the vets. Like, he really is like, yo, let the new wave kind of evolve. Like, he's against the vets as a whole.
You got to take yours. If nobody got to give it to you.
All Holmesy has to do is compete. He doesn't have to win, just compete. If he does that, he's gonna be fine. Because when I set this matchup up, I knew the risk, and I told you I'm not holding nobody's hand.
So if Holmesy just has to compete, does Kannon have to whoop ass in order for it to be?
Kannon has to make a statement.
Okay,
Kannon can't lose.
Not even can't lose. He has to whoop. He has to look good winning.
He has to lose. He has to make, even if it's a classic, it's gonna be a win for Holmesy.
So I guess that's the double-edged sword where it's like you have the pressure that you have to deliver. So Holmes is like, yo, if you don't deliver, then I can just win again. I can coast.
Yeah, I can just
coast.
If
Holmesy smokes him, that would be insane. But I don't see that happening.
I can't see that happening, man. I can't see
I've seen upsets before, so I'm not saying it will, but I don't rule anything out fully.
Holmesy's going to be on 1,000.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it. They've been talking a lot back and forth, man, so this should be very interesting.
I love when they do that, when they go back and forth and they talk. I hate when...
Yo, they going from IG to Facebook to, like, other, like, platforms and stuff. Like, they've been
talking.
They've been promoing, man. They've been going hard, man. They've been going real hard.
Because prior to the Big Kannon match, Holmesy had, like, a whole blog where, like, he was upset, like, when the do your job stuff was going around. When it came at some of the younger MCs where they're like, yo, you're not branding, you're not marketing, you're not doing interviews, you're just coming here to rap. We need to know who you are. He exploded.
You talking about the Jay Black thing?
Yeah. Holmesy took it really, not personal, but he exploded back and he had his own blog and a really long response and a rant. And as a whole, like, he's just kind of like, let us evolve, let us grow, let us take over this culture. You know, get rid of the old faces. Bring us in.
Nah, man, you got to take your spot, man. You got to earn your keep. Like, nobody's supposed to get out the way for you. You're supposed to move people out of the way.
Absolutely.
I mean, the older generation, as you're making your bones, they should show you love. But no one's supposed to get out of the way for you. You're supposed to earn that no matter what. Kings go out and take their crowns. Like, no one's supposed to give it to you. Nobody respects that.
You got to go out and take it.
Yeah, for sure. This next battle, man, this is
the match. This is the match I'm looking for.
This is my main event right here.
This is my main event.
What's this?
Yo, for all the pettiness around it, everything that's been going on, I've been getting into so much conversation about this battle, man. I know you gonna hate it, but yo, Jims versus Tech 9, right? Check this out. So I'm like, damn, Jims versus Tech 9 is coming up. I got to do some research. I'm a journalist. You know what I'm saying? I got to go back and look at battles. I went back and watched Tech 9 versus Jerry West. Tech was actually good.
For one round.
No. Dead ass. Like, I watched it. I was like, yo, when I watched this a year ago, was this maybe it's just as time goes on or whatever. Like, I was like, yo, Tech still got it. You know what I mean? And he had one bar in there where he was like, my guns come in a suitcase. I fold my arms like I fold my arms. And he just stood there. Crowd went wild. I'm like, this is the type of intangible stuff that, like, you know what I'm saying? People just don't necessarily just always have. Like, anyone can just sit there, come up with, you know, punchline.
Even if he's,
but it's like I'm looking forward to something like that, man. That feeling is like only he can deliver that feeling, man.
The problem is, as much as I love Tech 9, you get the feeling of, should you just stay commentating? You know what I mean? I think he needs to figure that out. This is the battle that basically makes you actually either want to see him versus Geechee Gotti or
absolutely not. This is a dangerous battle.
If he doesn't
dangerous
do well,
battle for him,
then it's like we might as well scrap that battle. Like, to be honest with you. It's a battle of I'm not.
Is that a possibility?
What
could that actually happen?
Anything's possible, right?
Geechee Gotti might get up there and just be like, "Listen, I'm not even gonna rap." But this is one of those battles where Jims is trying to show that he belongs, and Tech 9 is gonna have to show if he still has it. And it's very awkward. It could be really, really bad. Or really, really average to me.
It is really.
Damn,
I really don't.
You don't see anything good coming out of this.
I mean,
so
we have to see something good because you and me are intrigued by it. So there has to be something that is sparking our interest. Like, this could be good in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Or it could be a train wreck, which is interesting to watch too.
I guess just all the tension. We want to see how it settles out.
I hope it's good. I really hope it's good. Right. But if this is just one of them battles, I'm just like, you sure you want to do this?
Who we got?
No, but it's been getting interesting, man. Like, a lot of dudes been hitting me up on Twitter, and surprisingly enough, there's been a lot of Jim's fans coming out saying that they think Jim's is gonna win and whatnot. And
of course.
And who do you got going into this battle?
Like you said earlier, and I want to highlight, which is really important, intangibles. Like, even if Tech-9 is dated past prime, he's had those moments.
Right. Yeah,
that's true.
Jim's has never had them.
Yep.
You know?
What's Jim's biggest moment? The rock through the V, the slingshot line?
Probably.
And then when you think of Tech-9, you have flashes of moments after moments.
Listen, Tech-9 gave us the first Summer Madness body.
You got to think about
Summer
that.
Madness. Before the entire card, he was Mr.
He's the original champ.
People were ducking him after that. People forget that.
Yeah.
People were ducking him. Calico didn't want to battle
Nobody
him.
wanted no smoke, man.
No, absolutely. But times have changed.
No, times have changed. But what I'm saying is that's happened. So at least he has that in the bag that maybe he can channel into that.
Absolutely, because like I said, the last battle he had versus Jerry West, I looked at it. He had moments. It wasn't like he wasn't ass. Not saying it's the greatest thing ever, but I'm looking at Jim's last battle, and I'm looking at Tech's last battle. I'm like, this ain't a clear thing.
I do think the commentating has probably helped him. Probably,
you know what I mean?
The commentators
helped him what?
He's been analyzing battles way more than he was when he was actually battling. Yeah, that has to give you some kind of a
that could also give you, which I think was his biggest problem. Tech was great when Tech was great. When he started listening to the comments, now all of a sudden he wanted to prove that he can rap, and that's what got him in trouble. And he lost his rapport with his fans. His fans didn't want to see Tech get up there and try to be lyrical. They wanted to see Tech be Tech. And I think that's the big disconnect. And when you're analyzing battles and you're trying to see what works for him doesn't necessarily work for you. He needs to focus on what works for him. And I think he's actually lost that. I don't think he understands what works for Tech anymore. And that's what he has to find. And Jim's is going to have to really rap. He's going to have to figure it out because, this is not his home. This is his first joint. And if he doesn't bring it around one day, the boo birds will be out there. This might be the most booed battle ever if they don't.
They both like the approach of jokes.
Yeah.
But I think Tech-9 can relate more at least. Like he can give you a moment and you can laugh at least.
And Tech's got a unique setup where he'll set you up with a super silly line right before and then come out with a real serious cold line right
Tech
afterwards.
Goes back to the razor blades, more plates, Tech.
And I think the other thing too,
on the mouse
I think the other thing too is that Tech knows that Jim's can afford to lose this battle. Jim's can go battle on all the other leagues. He'll be fine. He'll go do what Jim's does. But Tech knows that, wait a minute, I got a big plate with Geechee coming up. I can't afford to look crazy up here. Like, I'm really
impressed
gotta deliver.
I'm impressed
you know
to
what
see
I'm saying?
how
like,
this looks and turns out.
Like, he has to deliver. And I think and he says that this is the first battle that he's going into where he just does not like the person, disrespects the person. Yeah, he said that. He said he's never went into a battle feeling like this. Like,
he's going to need it.
So I'm looking. I think those
he's gonna have to summon all the
up there, man. Like you're gonna have to put him in the torture rack and all that, man.
He's gonna have to figure it out because it's like I don't know if there's a lot of people excited about this battle. So the energy beginning in this battle might be off because you might see a lot of people take smoke breaks. And I've seen it happen when people are like, oh, yeah, let's walk out.
I think everybody be tuned in to this one.
I hope so.
I hope so, man.
He's going to have to bring out
I think they're going to be really interested the first round. So both have to have strong first rounds so they can keep everybody interested.
If their first 8 bars are trash or it's not hitting,
it's going to be rough.
People will be walking out.
It's going to be rough, man, because different places, man, in different venues, people's ears are tuned for different things. It's like we all could be speaking the same language, but every league has a little different dialect. And if you can't tap into that, it could be a long night, man.
Tech-9 should take into account a lot of what Mr. Wavy did in his last battle versus Twerk. He's not a bar heavy or punch heavy or lyrical demon, but he just stood within what Mr. Wavy does. If Tech can tap into that old Tech and talk to him and be like, let's bring back that old Tech, then he can do something. But if he's Tech 9 with the glasses and feels
I don't
like,
think we're going to see that.
I hope not.
Nah, he's coming with the contacts on. SPI2TAGE. He's coming with it, man. I'm looking forward to it, man.
He desperately needs it if anybody's gonna even watch Geechee Gotti.
See, I guess because I'm a young old head, man. I just like I tune in back to the guys who originally did it, and it's like I want to see them do well. So it's like I know he still has that. So it's like for me, if he wins, it's like you still got a guy in there who can continue on tradition. And then, you know what I'm saying? And you can still keep them in the mix with some of the new guys, and some of that legacy can rub off. So for me, I look at it that way. Like, you know how you always want a good vet on your team? It's like, I need him to do well.
I don't know if you guys watch boxing. Do you guys watch boxing?
I'm a just basic fan.
I'm going to give you an analogy. Roy Jones, great commentator, phenomenal. Lost a step and just continued to get knocked out every battle, every fight he took after.
That was a change of an era when he lost.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping that Tech knows when to fold. You know what I mean?
That's similar. That's funny you said that.
We don't want to see Roy Jones.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and it's not easy to get off that commentator seat and go back into the shit. You know what I mean? And I think that he can be a Roy Jones in a situation where he's just showing up, they're getting blasted and going home.
Well, Saturday, 3 p.m., we going to see, man. WatchBattleLive.com. If you guys haven't gotten the pay-per-view yet, you guys better go get your debit cards and put that on there, man, because I know I'm going to be there with my popcorn.
We got one match left?
Ready to see these battles. We got the main event, my brother.
Oh, nice.
You know who this is.
Wavy.
Mr. Wavy
versus Chef Trez, man. Talk to me about this battle, Norbes. How did it get put together? Your thoughts on it? What you got going in?
I forgot how me and P was going back and forth with it, and we switched Wavy to Chess. It was supposed to be something else, and we was like, "Yo, let's do it." Wavy got busy last one. It's kind of a risk matchup because, you know, Trez is it's a different type of style. I want to see what he brings to the table, and I don't know if Wavy has an angle versus Trez. So Wavy's very, very good when he has an angle. Now, my question is, does he have an angle versus Chef Trez, and can he create one? So that's going to be the biggest challenge for Mr. Wavy. When Wavy's able to take an angle and diagnose it and break it down.
Yeah, he's an underrated angler.
That's when Wavy's excellent. Now, if Wavy doesn't have an angle and he has to rely on other things that he's not really accustomed to doing, it could be a long night for Wavy. Chef Trez needs a big performance. He's had a lot of
You had a good 2017.
But a lot of them was losses. Rum Nitty, JC.
Yeah.
You know, so
but that JC battle was really good. That's one of those losses that's not a bad loss.
Yeah, but still, it's, you know, I think he beat Mike P.
Yeah, he did.
That was a big win. But
he had trouble with prep, which was a little odd. I thought he outclassed him, but he has trouble with it.
A lot of people felt like he lost the rider.
Also, like he's in these battles, but it's like they're not battles that are so memorable. Like his performances aren't like.
He did his job against Chess.
Yeah, but he did. I ain't gonna front.
Blame Chess for that. You know?
And then a lot of folks are just saying like he just, you know, his energy in battles just looks low. Like, and even he'll say it himself. You know what I mean? And it's like you'll watch the battles. It's like he's got it.
He's missing something.
But he's just not putting it all together all at once. You know what I mean?
That this is the thing with Chef Trez, and I'm going to break him down to the T. He's is he a great writer? No. Is he a good writer?
He's a good writer.
He's a pretty good writer. But what separates Trez is his ability to rebuttal. Now, if he's not able to hit him with a few rebuttals, then he becomes just a basic battle rapper. And he needs those rebuttals to be successful. And that's what you got to look for.
It's a risk.
It's a big risk, and it's either going to hit or it's not.
But he's really good at rebuttaling.
Exactly.
He's really good at it.
He needs to hit these rebuttals. When he battled Rum, he didn't really have too crazy.
Yeah, that's when it didn't hit.
And you seen what separated it. It just was like, damn, like now it looks like he's getting smoked. And he needs that. He really needs to prepare different things. Maybe take a page from DNA's book and play with the crowd and do different things because that's where his skill set is shown at best. Now, if he's not able to rebuttal against Mr. Wavy, it's gonna.
Do you
be
think
tough.
like some of those rebuttals could be forced, and then just trying to force it where it's like,
nah, he does it mid round sometimes. That's skill.
It can be, but the thing is, the fans are now expecting him to do it.
mm-hmm.
So now, like, they're waiting for it. So it can now it's playing against them if he doesn't rebuttal because that's what they want to see.
I think all the times he's had those good mid-round rebuttals is really good, and the few times he have it that aren't good, you're like, and it has like a sour taste.
Yeah, it could leak because like when you land them, it's like, oh, fantastic. But when you don't land it, it's like, bro, you wasting time right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But if you notice, we're talking a lot about what Chef Tresh could do, more or less than what Wavy could do. Because no offense to Wavy, not to discredit his win, he beat Twerk. He got the money, all that good stuff. I just felt like that wasn't a good. That's one of the worst twerks. So like.
Regardless, his second was on fire.
I hear you.
His third was good.
My thing is this: before that battle happened, I predicted Wavy to win because
Twerk wouldn't take him serious.
No, not even that. Twerk has never faced a battle rapper like Wavy, so Wavy wasn't going to go in there to try to out rap Twerk. So he went in there and he was going to mock Twerk, and that's what Twerk didn't take into account. And I told Twerk, like, don't expect a bar fest or something that you can out rap. He's going to play different angles because you can't beat him that way. It's like going in to fight Mike Tyson. You're not going to go blow for blow. You're going to outbox him.
Do you think it's odd that it's very debated online now? Like, I felt so clear.
People love Twerk. I think Wavy won clearly, but people love Twerk. It's like Surf. Like, I think Surf has a lot of clear losses, but people love. I don't know. I think my mic just went out. People love Surf.
The mic's a little funky.
I mean, you hear me? Nah, my headset went out too.
We keep rolling.
All right, I guess keep rolling.
But yeah, man, that was just a bad Twerk, and Wavy just capitalized. It's kind of like it was just an upset. It was an upset, and when those upsets happen, they don't happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Wavy definitely came with it. And just looking at their past battles coming up, Wavy definitely constructs solid rounds going directly at you. You know, and he's going to be attacking you for all 3 rounds, and he's charismatic also. Let's not take that, out of the bag of tricks. He's definitely very charismatic. He's good on that stage. He knows how to control the crowd. His energy is up to par. You know what I mean? It's like, and if Trez comes in there not looking interested, he's going to get smoked. And bad.
But that's why you need he needs to have an angle, and sometimes with Mr. Wavy, that's gonna hurt him if he doesn't. You want Wavy to have the angle. If Wavy doesn't bring an angle that's gonna work, it might be a long night. But we'll see. I don't see the angle right now. I'm trying to see what his angle is against him.
I have a request. When are we gonna get Chef Trez and Bangs?
The freestyle.
I'm sorry. How long have I been asking for this? Right?
I don't know, man. I'm not really interested in that battle, brother.
You don't think it's a good style matchup?
I mean, I just don't want to see it, man.
I call him Bangs Mr. Inconsistent.
I feel no, yeah.
I've seen Bangs.
He's definitely not at the same stature as Chef Trez. I'm just saying on the style.
I understand.
On the style.
I mean, in the right setting, the right place, like on some whole freestyle battle tip.
Yeah.
I'm with that. But like to see them on a stage setting,
a one-off.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
I'm
Bangs,
good on that one.
I've seen more bad Bangs than good. And it's just like he's like the J.R. Smith of battle rap.
Yikes.
He might be hitting his 3
If
days.
he's on a hot streak, it's lethal. But other than that,
if he goes 4 or 5 games without hitting a shot, that's what I look at. With
Somebody's got to put these freestyles against each other. God damn it, man! Like
Bangs,
listen,
he's good.
Just the art of freestyling.
Bring Scribble Jam back.
Just the art of freestyling as a whole.
DNA would wash everybody.
Word.
You can reflect on this, right? When there was only a time like maybe just DNA and Hollow were rebuttaling. Now it's almost like as a brand new battler coming up to get a PG, you have to have that in your skill set now almost.
Even the old heads are bringing that skill set back now.
Yes.
That's
Cortez
crazy.
wasn't rebuttaling back in the day. Math wasn't rebuttaling like that back in the day. And now they've gotten really good at it.
Even the old heads are bringing it back.
Yeah, man.
Good
I mean,
Tay-Rock rebuttal, Hitman rebuttal. When have you seen a Hitman rebuttal? So like now new battle rappers have to I have to add this to my arsenal.
That's dope though, man. It's hip hop.
It also goes with confidence. Because if you miss and it's bad, it could throw your whole round off. So that's why a lot of battlers can do it, but they won't do it because it's a high risk. You know what I mean? It's a high risk, high reward. It could be a big risk, and you look like an idiot out there. You know what I mean?
Big time.
So you got to be really, really confident to be able to do that in front of 2,000 people. It's not easy. When Surf did it against Hollow, that was great when he did the rebuttal. But if he would have blown that and missed it, you'll see the crowd be like, "Oh, that shit was whack." and now you got to get back into your round. And now
was Surf the first guy to try to rebuttal against Hollow?
No, I think I don't know. I don't remember.
Hitman didn't. Big T didn't.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know. You're probably right.
Interesting.
So that kind of like
Clips
also
did.
Yeah, but Clips was after Surf.
Yeah, Clips was after Surf. Yeah.
So like I'm just like impressed by like how now battlers have to find new weaponry to add to their arsenal. When back in the day, like people would come in with this style and it works, but now you got to have like a little gumbo.
A little bit of everything, man.
Like I said, it goes with your confidence, man. If you got something, sometimes people pre-rebuttal things, so they'll have things lined up just in case he says something similar to that. Yeah, pre-buttal. Like literally, and I've worked with so many of the artists that I know they got pre-buttles, and I know when it's coming and when it's not coming. So, you know, you gotta like, if you're gonna take a risk, make sure that shit hits.
Make sure it lands. You know what I mean? For sure.
Speaking of Surf, to segue.
Yes, sir.
We got the announcement Monday.
Surf Rum Nitty.
Yeah, man. Talk about this battle, my brother. Gnome 8.
I really want to hear your breakdown on this.
Break it down for us.
Okay, Surf's back. Before he went in, I feel like a lot of people were kind of doubting him. I remember they had the whole Adi boom and he had a lot of controversy around him.
Took a lot of battles 2016.
Yeah, but a lot of people were kind of like, you know, kind of like, yo, what's up with this? There's a lot of stupid stuff that came out. And he went in, but Surf is loved. And, you know, he whatever he did, like less than a year, whatever. And now he's back again. And I think the anticipation of him coming back is enormous. And I think
it is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, and that's something that Rum Nitty's going to have to guard against. As soon as Surf starts his first 4 bars, and if those first bars are crazy, that building is going to erupt. So he's going to have to, Rum Nitty's going to have to prepare himself to survive the first round. Chances are he's going to lose round 1. Because if Surf is smart, he's going to load that first round with a lot of exciting bars to go. He's going because you have to, because this
if he starts off his slogan,
live.
Second touchdown, I hear the West Coast grooving.
It'll be go down south grooving. It'll be interesting, man. But
my fault to continue to break down. Like Rum hits consistently, but
not on the big stage.
No, well, he's done it, but he's blowing big opportunities. He's blowing it against Tay Rock
and JC.
JC, well, yeah, JC, and then with the one off with John on
the volume,
volume 2. So you got to question Rum Nitty's clutch gene in a sense. You know what I mean?
Rum's been very quiet lately.
Yeah, and Surf is gonna come in on fire round 1. So people, as much as they were ridiculing him before he went in, he's back, and it's now the love fest. So you're facing a love fest of Surf who is super dope regardless, but now you're going to add that. So Rum Nitty's going to have to be on a million to win this battle. And his biggest flaw is the big game. He hasn't come through when everybody thought, yo, Tay Rock, he has to win, and he wasn't really good against Tay Rock. JC did what he did against him. So he needs, people are going to say he's the Patrick Ewing of battle rap right now. He hasn't won the big game. He hasn't, his finger rolling on a lot of these and missing.
Damn.
To be fair, Surf has never 30'd anybody.
That's true.
It's not true. He 30 Bricks Belvy.
1 round.
That was a 30.
All right, fair enough. He 10'd him.
He 10'd him. He hit him with the Hardaway.
I mean, a lot of battles having 30 people.
But Rum hasn't 30 nobody neither, so there's a lack of dominance in both
Rum's
of them.
Rum's going to get one of these rounds.
Yeah, Rum's going to get a round.
He's going to get one of these rounds. Probably that second round.
Rum has to...
I think the timing of it was off. He's just waited to Surf to have one battle prior. He could have probably a better chance. He has Briz in 2 weeks.
I just hope Rum doesn't try to tell a story. When he does that, it's just like Snorlax.
Yikes.
So hopefully he goes in punching from the gate and ends punching.
Just stick to what you're good at, man. Just stick to what got you here and just bring the most fire punches that you've ever written in your damn life.
There's going to be a bunch of surf and waves,
you don't think
flips.
You don't think Rum and Iron Solomon is a classic?
Yeah, it was good. It's really good.
That was really good.
But Rum was supposed to win that battle. You know what I mean? Like
Solomon's an all-time great writer, though.
No, he is, but
it's also in a small room. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, like just to say that Rum is just supposed to just take it like that, it's like, yo, Solomon's been here.
Rum was supposed to win
he's
that battle.
been here. Like Solomon's a legend, like a walking, living legend. Like I don't know, man.
Listen, everything you're saying, I agree with. But Rum was supposed to win that battle. Like there wasn't supposed to be a doubt. I thought Rum was going to win and go crazy, and he did.
He did.
But Solomon matched him.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
But that Rum and it's gonna be crazy. Hopefully it's crazy. Hopefully
it's the biggest test. I think.
Hopefully,
blow the roof off.
Rum Nitty is up for the challenge, and finally.
You been in contact with Rum? Like, how's he sounding?
I was with Rum at the last volume. I haven't spoken to him since, but he knew who he had then, and
He's focused.
You have to be. I mean, you can't drop the ball again.
You guys weren't concerned when he wanted also to battle Bridge 2 weeks apart, and you're just thinking about all the situations. You're like, was there a little pause? Like, wait, do we want to book you for all this?
I think sometimes guys gotta just take their time and focus on one opponent at a time. You can over prepare and not be as potent as you should be. So me personally, I think they should just focus on what's at hand, the task at hand, and not try to overload their workload. You know what I mean?
Why would he take two guys that hasn't battled in over 7 months?
And first of all, they're giving him the biggest plate in Battlerap. Like currently. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than this. So it's like you have to be the best version of you and then some, because this guy's fan base, it's a rabid fan base. Like they will not let him lose. And like in order for you to even look slightly good in the eyes of everyone, you have to be like miraculous. And it's like Briz is no one to just sneeze at or to take lightly either. So it's like, yo, they're giving you the biggest plate ever, and you got this yard dog who's just ready to bite your ear off and come back with another stellar performance because he felt like he got shorted. It's like, dude, you're in the middle of two monsters. Like, you got a lot to deal with right now, man.
At the least, punch for punch, he is better than Surf punch for punch, just not overall.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. It's like,
it has that benefit.
But it's not a battle of the punches. It's a battle, and we know what Surf comes with. You know, at his best, he brings you everything. Like, I was just watching Surf versus T-Top the other day. People sleep on that whole Greek scheme that he did. That's some elite shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was
that was the most confident I've seen him in.
They talk about the reach guard. There was no reaches there. Everything made sense, and it was a whole scheme that like I've never seen anyone freaking like that. So if he's coming like this, forget about it.
He's giving us all-time great battles. There's no question.
Absolutely.
He has the highest viewed battle in URL right now.
Yeah. Rum Nitty's got a problem on his hands.
Rum would have did the Briz battle is because he doesn't view Briz as much of a threat in terms of writing. He's more of a performer. So he wouldn't have to load up like that. And you know, as long as he keeps the time short and does what he's got to do, that's why I think he did that. You know, Briz is not a super duper lyrical dude, but what he is known for is performing and engaging the crowd. So that's something that could have gave him a lot of trouble, but I guess, you know, he didn't view it as such.
Another battle that's been announced on initiation. We've got my man Pass from the West Coast versus yes sir, man. Pass versus Young Kannon, man.
You don't seem excited.
I mean,
not excited. Look at his face.
You know, I love both those guys. Like the style wise,
I'm excited to see Kannon.
Is I feel like they're not gonna promo this battle, and I want to hear Pass what he has to say. I want to hear what Young Kannon has to say. Like this, Young Kannon versus Mike was the first time we've seen him promote so much.
Yeah, I mean,
he hated him. He didn't like him. Pass is gonna be like, man, you know, this time I'm not gonna get smoked by Briz.
Yo, and Kannon, man, Cannon's been out to the West Coast. The West Coast actually loves Young Kannon, man. He goes out there all the time.
He's done his thing.
Puts on a good show, and Kannon does not want to get kicked off URL, no matter what. So every time he comes out, he's bringing you that smoke.
He's doing his thing.
All right?
Yeah,
he's going out. He's leaving Chicago, the land of the bullets. There's going to be palm trees, good weed, and exotic women that he never gets to see where he's at. All right? And he wants to keep that gravy train going. He does not want to stop it. Pass lives out there in the West. He's married. He's got a kid. His life is settled. He gets to battle. He gets to be on TV. This is great. Young Kannon wants to keep this going. Kannon is coming to whoop ass out there, man. I got Young Kannon clearly winning this battle.
I do too. I don't know. Password's style is really laid back, and although he's lyrical, he didn't fare well against a less lyrical dude, but a very aggressive dude. And Briz kind of just
washed them.
Just lit the boiling water underneath him and just killed him.
He really did.
And I think Young Cannon's going to kind of try to bring that same type of effort.
When Pass got announced to battle Big K last year, it was just his last battle. Everybody thought he was going to get 30'd.
Nah.
But Big K's a laid back dude. Like,
right.
He's just rapping. Like, Pass could do that. That whole aggression and him, that's not him. Mm-hmm. He's not going to do well against that type of dude. And I think Young Cannon's going to really try to push his limits and do what he do. And Passwords has to make that adjustment. You got to be a little more, assertive in what you're saying, especially against guys that are so aggressive that can rap. And, his biggest flaw was Briz was that. And that's why he got his boot smoked.
Word up. What you think about this battle?
I think I have Young Kannon winning off of the aggression and the momentum he's in. I think he's starting to figure things out. Mm-hmm. The West Coast love him. He beat Danny Myers out there.
Yeah.
They love him out there.
Yeah.
He does his thing. His location doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And we already discussed it. Looking for URL, like expanding, these crowds have not been biased. The West Coast crowd, really fair crowd.
I had a good time.
The DMV crowd, really good crowd. Like all these crowds are good.
Absolutely.
So this not going to necessarily be an advantage for Pass. Like I don't know if being home.
Right, he's not going to get that extra home cooking.
He might not get the extra home cooking, you know what I'm saying?
I was surprised to see him back on the card, to be honest with you.
So who put that battle together?
KG. That's his man.
Okay, yeah, all right. So KG has total control of what goes on the West Coast cards, or do you guys collaborate with that?
We all collaborate. We all touch base. We all see what's good. And, they set that battle up, and I probably would have not did it. But
well, let's see how it goes. But, I mean, Cannon's been earning his kill, man. Like, this is what I will say. You're rewarding him. You know what I'm saying? He gets to be on another card. And look at this. Jack Boy, he's been slipping up. He's got to battle none. So, for once, we get a guy who's been slipping, and he's got to show that he has to be here. He's not getting rewarded with a bigger battle, and we've got Kannon who's been kicking ass, and Kannon gets to take on a West Coast legend and Pass. You know what I mean?
I got an interesting question about
that. Talk
to
me.
So the theme of the Survivor Series, second one, the Encore, is kind of like prove yourself to be here, right? Mm-hmm. So when you create a theme for these cards, like you're setting these up and you contact the battlers, do they ever have clashes with the theme? Like, nah, I don't apply to this.
Absolutely.
And like.
I mean, look at Cortez and Ascension. He didn't want to be on that.
I'm too good to do. Nobody ever loses. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever thinks they do that bad. You got to kind of coddle these guys and baby them. And
how do you sell the theme to them? Like,
sometimes they don't really got an option, bro. Like,
yeah,
they know you got to be real with them, but it's hard to be real with somebody that's delusional. So, I thought
Big
I did
facts.
well. I thought I did well.
I killed them 3-0.
Y'all wasn't hearing me. No.
They was asleep. Wake up. They was asleep.
Yeah,
damn,
was definitely sleep. What the fuck you talking about?
That's crazy.
But you just got to keep going, man.
That's crazy.
Yo,
man.
Drake, stop wearing blackface, man. That shit ain't cool, man.
Segue. You want to get into that? What you been thinking about all this back and forth between Pusha T and Drake, man?
I think
the industry's caught battle rap fever lately, man.
This is what I think. I think Drake was definitely not prepared for that picture, which he should have been.
But he knows the picture's out there.
But it's like, this is how I look at it.
And he should have picked up on the clues when Pusha said on the infrared joint, your man tanning and tap dancing, and that comes from the Bamboozle movie. So he should know, and he knows he took that picture. Both guys know what's out there on that table, man.
You know, this is when I knew Pusha was prepared. Mm-hmm. His response was timed, and he didn't have to go long.
He said at the end, like, have more. Like, this was a jab for the counter.
He's got more.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think Drake knows that. And
right.
Drake's trying to figure out, what else does he know? Or because Drake is a super talented dude, but he seems to leave certain things, and doesn't hide them very well. And
I'm not gonna lie, like before, obviously, this came out, I was really blown away by like Drake's response to Infrared. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, the timing of it was so like efficient and great. And obviously, Pusha's a better rapper than Drake. That we know. But like, what I do like though is to like Pusha kind of like set the message where it's kind of like, yeah, we're gonna go to war. So now, like, I haven't seen in a long time. This record's like going back and forth multiple. Like,
but you know what it is, like Drake is a wittier battler, a wittier rapper, stuff like that. So Pusha's approach is not gonna be to do what Drake does and try to outclass him. He's gonna be more direct, and I think his approach with the freestyle over the Jay-Z beat or the OJ beat was smart. Like he just kept it short, kept it clean, and
it's just the
hit
first
him
part
hard.
of it.
Yeah, like he's like, all right, I'm gonna do
what I'm
this.
saying. I want more. I'm ready for
And
more.
interesting enough, speaking about timing,
I don't know if Drake's gonna respond.
Speaking about timing, Pusha dropped this on the 6-year anniversary that that's that original joint he had, man, where he was getting at Drake. It's been 6 years later.
No, the music video, 2012.
Yes, Exodus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the 6-year anniversary. Drake is the sixth god. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is so calculated down to like the damn day, man.
Is the timing of him dropping the blackface picture and all that. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, like I heard the excuses of people saying about why Drake did it. And the crazy thing is, the photographer that shot it actually said this was Drake's idea. And it was for a clothing line in Toronto called Two Black Boys or
something weird like that, yeah.
And I'm just like, Drake, why in the fucking world? But you're from Toronto, obviously. It's whatever. You can't put something out like that without some type of explanation. You know what I mean? Whether it's an artistic thing or whatnot, you're wearing a Jim Crow shirt.
Yeah, with blackface.
You're wearing blackface and you're smiling, looking crazy. You're literally looking like what the exact representation is of what people hated seeing in them days. So when I seen the picture, I was like, and then when you click on the link of the photographer's page, it's like a bunch of like white models, so it's a bunch of them, and then it's Drake all the way at the bottom with the fucking blackface and the clown shit. Right. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Drake, what?
Gotta know, but it's gotta
like,
be.
You gotta understand who you are, and then not to mention you're half white.
What year is that from, though?
2008.
2008. Is there a bigger concept to that picture? Like, is there a bigger? You know what I mean?
Apparently, like he thought I forgot. There was a rapper online defending Drake. I forgot who it was, and he was saying it was supposed to be artistic. Okay, that's cool, but what is? You got to explain. You're a mogul figure in the black community, whether you want him in or not, and that's something that's extremely offensive. So when people seen that, it was like, oh, that's crazy. Especially in these times where things are so sensitive, and you got just Roseanne fucking retarded ass.
She just got
you know what I mean? Right. She got a whole show canceled because of a comment she made, and it's like, Drake, why? I would have just took all those pictures off.
Yeah, how's a piece of how the
he hasn't even responded to the picture. Like he's going to have to respond eventually. He's not gonna be able to sweep that under the rug.
Yeah, man. Like he's definitely
gonna have to respond.
Now he mentioned Pusha's fiance by name on his record.
Yeah,
Pusha he let everybody have it, man. Steve Harvey suit Ninja Major talked about his mom.
Disrespectful.
Talked about his alleged love child and all that. Like nothing's on the table anymore. Like
facts.
That like the topic of talking about people other than the rapper is so touchy, man, that it's like it can lead any which way. And Pusha, he ain't holding nothing back, man.
Listen, man, when you mention somebody's fiance, somebody's wife, like there's no.
Yeah, because it's one thing, you talk about me, I talk about you. It's all good. Everybody keeps it moving. But now the fiance's got to answer questions to their friends and all that. Why does Drake know your name? Why is he mentioning you? Now their life is a problem. And now people are Googling them and searching them now. They probably getting all kinds of like emails and this, that, and the third.
I really believe Drake didn't think
he didn't think this one all the way through.
No, I don't think he thought. I don't think he thought that.
Because the Meek one seemed super calculated. Like he was all over that one. Right. This one, you think he's a little sloppy with it? He thought he just had it in the bag.
Yeah, like he was like he kind of bullied Meek in a sense because he knew Meek couldn't rap with him. And it seems like Pusha's playing chess a little more. Like, okay, you want to play? I got some things on you. Like, he went with the whole ghostwriters. And it just, that whole Meek situation helped Pusha T because he got to actually see that people didn't care that, he had a ghostwriter.
Yeah, so no need to even attack that.
You don't care about that, then I'm going to attack you a whole different way. And the race card was played, and that got people going, especially in these times. So he made a chess move that he knew people were going to ride Drake for. Nobody cares that people write from.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about him wearing, the Jim Crow shirt and in blackface? And a lot of people, this is the Wakanda year, man.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't do it. You know what I mean?
You ain't lying, man.
And Drake fucked up. He should have. He did not. I don't think Drake knew that was coming out.
Yeah, he definitely put some blood in his mouth with this one, man. Facts. Because when Drake
came
back,
I want more.
Yeah,
I want more.
He has to come back, man.
That's what I want.
Because these are new topics that we haven't really heard him talk about.
Drake is not going to respond until he knows everything that Pusha has.
Oh yeah, it's going to take some time. He doesn't have to respond right now. But he's got to come back though.
Pusha got something up. He already got something.
Oh yeah.
He's sitting there like, okay, let's see what because I'm gonna hit you.
I want to see. Now I want to see like if Drake does respond, what's Pusha's response, and did it play into his hand, and like it all like.
But what's ill is that these guys they both can rap, so it's like we're getting some good rapping coming out.
Everybody
of
thought
these guys,
that Drake was going to wash him.
I don't know why.
A lot of the battle rappers have kind of like Drake.
Well, you know why? Drake watches battle rap and a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he supports. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't talk crazy about him. He might see you at an event. It might not want to sponsor you.
Drake,
you know what I mean?
He ain't sponsor shit over here.
I don't know. These guys got different type of relationships. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Drake is really trying to figure out. He's going through everything he has. Everybody he's talked to right now is like, all right, what else is? Because you got to really dissect yourself in a battle, because that's the only way you're gonna know how you're gonna be attacked. Mm-hmm. So he has to kind of look at himself like, okay, what else can really hurt me? Right. And does Pusha have any access to that? So I think Drake is kind of sitting back like, okay, let me see if I even should. Because usually Drake won't even respond like, fuck it, I'm good. You know what I mean? But I think he looked at Pusha as a weak link because he didn't respond to Kendrick. You know what I mean? When Kendrick challenged him. Yeah, he didn't. And I guess he looks at Pusha as somebody he could push around. No pun
I guess Pusha came at him directly. You know what I mean?
But you got to do it.
He came at him directly.
If I can't outwit you, I'm going to hit you where it hurts.
But Pusha's nasty lyrically, man. Like his lyrics are just so deep woven. Like I go back to the We Got It For Cheap series, and it's like, dude, like he's got bars. For this can be such a bar fest, man. Like I just want to hear bars from this. I don't want to hear no party anthems.
It's on Drake.
I need to hear something nasty. But it is on Drake. I will say this: when Drake dropped his joint, I seen like that morning. It's like Pusha dropped his album midnight. Wake up, Twitter's like, oh my God, Pusha's album's amazing. Oh my God. Right. I come back in the afternoon. It was annoying, man. Like I came back in the afternoon. Pusha's washed. Drake killed him. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, this morning, y'all was just topping this dude off.
What's the word I made up?
Finical.
Finical?
They're finicky and they're fickle, man. It's like they're finical. They wake up topping off Pusha T. Thanks. Then by the afternoon, it's like, oh, Pusha T's washed. Drake killed him. Now Pusha T comes back and it's like, oh my God, he just killed Drake. I'm like, yo, Pusha T just showed you, nah, I didn't die. He ain't killed me. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. He has to respond. You know what I'm saying?
We got 10.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes. Yeah, like 9 minutes. Oh.
You got it for me.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Norbes got to make a phone call before he gets killed.
Word, right? Word. Nah, man. So I'm excited, man. Like Pusha T.
It's a good week.
Yeah, man.
It's a good week.
But that's crazy though. But do you think he went over the line?
We love battle rap. We're not moved by this.
Hey, listen, man, I just gotta say it. Just to say it, I gotta play Diablo's advocate. You know what I'm saying?
I see the disrespect.
We've seen disrespect to the utmost levels,
bro.
Come on, man. When we've heard of battle rap, this is nothing.
You know what? I was a little unfortunate he walked away. I wanted to ask him a little bit too, as well as like it's crazy how like with battle rap, like disrespect is almost our second nature.
Yeah.
But like casual hip hop fans, like disrespect is like they have such like lines.
I mean, after you've seen Arsenal versus Mr. Fab, it's like. It's like, come on, man. That was cringy level disrespect, dog. Like, I was like, come on, man. This is crazy right now. Like, I didn't need to hear all of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but the thing is, it's like that's battle rap, and you look at it as just battle rap, and it's like, I mean, he didn't say nothing too crazy, but
I'm dying to see what the movie Body looks like. Because
it should be interesting.
It should be interesting where like they kind of show the demographics of somebody trying to become a battle rapper and more of in the insights of what's it look like. And we'll probably really see the full in depth of like, oh, this is what it's like.
Where did that come from?
No, because I've been thinking about the movie Body forever. And
that was random.
Nah, man.
Nah, I'm excited to see that one too, man. I'm definitely excited to see that. That definitely is gonna be a good look, man. Joseph Kahn, everybody, all the battle rappers in there.
It's interesting because it's like I just want to see like the borderlines of like all right, when is disrespect like? Why does it hurt so much to other communities, but for us, like this is so.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
this is so normal.
yeah.
Like think about the T-top.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we dead ass like adapted that as if it wasn't an issue, but like it really hurt the world at one point. Where T-top had to issue an apology. So I feel like the movie's gonna also show like a sense of like why disrespect. Like we don't care for disrespect, but the other world might. Yeah. And I wanted to know like how big of that gap does that affect us from getting to the next level.
Well, I mean, I think in my mind, it's like I look at it like this. When I tap into battle rap, it's just like anyone going to the movies or whatever. It's like I don't judge you based upon what movies you watch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I want to watch a disrespectful movie, I'm going to watch a disrespectful movie. No one's going to judge me for that. You know what I mean? And I think if you're acting in a movie, that you could play a Nazi and still be a regular person in real life. You know what I mean? But it's like when you're rapping, it's like you're putting this is supposed to be an extension of who you are in real life. So when you're saying I'm not even going to repeat some of the craziest things I've heard because it'll make me look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
We have to talk about that one day, maybe.
But,
right.
Yeah, but it's like, some of the things you hear, it's like, yo, if you hear someone saying this and they're like, this is an extension of me, I can see why some sponsors would be like, I'm not dealing with this cat. Like, this guy's crazy. You heard what he said he's going to do to this guy's baby girl? Like, I'm not dealing with this dude. This is what if he really does do it in real life? Like, I'm going to put my money with this guy. But then again, it's like, then you start talking about censorship and then talk about watered down. We have a problem with MCs giving their all now. Now you start taking away what people can talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can get... I'm not trying to see all that. You know what I mean? Word up, man. But my brother, man.
I think it's about that time.
I think it's right about that time, my dude, man. Another episode in the can. By the way, this is episode 20? Number 20, my dude, man. We made it to the Barry Sanders episode, yo. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Who would have thought? Let's Talk Battle Rap will make it this far so far, my dude.
It's just going to keep steamrolling, man.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. So, like I said, man, follow us on Twitter at We Talk Battle Rap at Program V. Email us. And that includes you sponsors out there. You know what I mean? And fans out there. Email us at letstalkbattlerap@gmail.com. Get at us. And cheer. Till next time, man. Peace.